Hello, it's BrickBros UK and we have finally completed the one you've all been waiting for, the alternative build for the LEGO Avengers Infinity War Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown 76108, which has been a tough, ambitious project, but we spent a bit longer on this creation to make sure you guys got something awesome. And in the end, we managed to transform the set into the alternative build we're calling Peter Parker's High School. That's a fun new building playset. So if you've loved what you've seen so far and want a high school too, you can click the link in the description below or click the video link at the end to our build tutorial video. But first, let's review this new creation. And as far as spare parts go, we had a few remaining which could always be added to the build if you wanted to use them up, and we kept the power burst pieces out of the build too, so you can use them in your battles. Now our Peter's High School build is quite a big structure with a gothic dark tan and grey stone design at the front, many good details throughout, plenty of fun features for you to test out, a large interesting interior, and if you haven't guessed it yet, it's been inspired by the Midtown School of Science and Technology you see in Homecoming. So if we go in for a closer look, on the left hand side of the building there's a classroom window for the science lab and a web play feature further up that will show in action later on. Then next to the window we built a trash can area for the canteen leftovers, and on the corner of this wall we attached a Bleecker Street sign to show it's in New York for an extra Marvel touch. Moving on, at the front of the school we put quite a bit of effort into the construction of this key area by giving it a decent old-fashioned grand entrance design, and we created two flexible black fences from the ladder pieces so you can customize the size of the entrance depending on how you need it in your scene. The walls also have a good mix of masonry and grey stone brick detail around the windows, and if you pull down the web piece we showed you earlier on the left, it will blast this left window right out, which is a fun feature to use in your superhero fights. In the centre we constructed a simple but effective entrance that has steps leading up to it, a stone archway, columns flanking the doors, and we left the double doors open for easy access for minifigures. Above the entrance, a dark grey plate roof covers the inside either side, and we installed a trapdoor on the right that will come in handy later on. Then, in between the roof for the grandest of grandest touches, we built a stone tower featuring some lovely arch and brick details. But the best thing about this tower is it makes use of the beautiful round glass piece from the Sanctum Sanctorum by showing it off up high, and we clipped on one of Doctor Strange's tiles to represent the school crest as well. Swivelling round on the right there's another school window here, as well as nice homework details on the wall, and above there's a smaller window and exposed studs so minifigures like Spider-Man can climb up. Following on from the outside, if we turn to the inside you'll be pleased to know it's been fully kitted out with a library, hallway, science lab and much more. So if we start in the library, this room was the perfect place to put a lot of the Sanctum Sanctorum's books, papers and the green chair. There's also a table, a lamp in the corner, the Infinity Stone on one of the bookcases, and opposite we built another cool window explosion play feature into this larger bookcase. That's easily activated when you turn this Technic rod to blast out the wall and window. On top, in the attic, we thought it would be a clever idea to store many of Doctor Strange's spare accessories and items to keep them hidden. It also doubles up as Peter's hideout, where he can lay low, store supplies and eat pizza. But what we like the most about the attic is the trapdoor secret entranceway, which can simply be opened when you pull this Technic pin up. And once it's open, Peter can sneak into school without being seen to pretend he was in class instead of fighting crime. Further along you can see that the back of the tower's got more stone columns adding structural support, and we wrapped the web piece around it to create a moving zip wire for Spider-Man that can be pushed down or back up depending on what height you want it, so it's a sweet place to clip on Spider-Man to literally hang out at school. Next up, it's time to check out the high school's hallway, which leads on from the double door entrance and continues the stone wall design. Now the door to the science lab is on the right of the hallway next to the nerdy school paper pickup point. Then on the other side is a fire extinguisher and some brick-built student lockers complete with bar doors and junk on top, which adds to the school scene. But one of the cool things about these lockers is that Spider-Man can actually lift them up to reveal Peter's hidden suit underneath. That's a silly Easter egg feature we had to put in for Homecoming fans, and you could store other stuff behind it if you wanted to. Moving on to the science lab, this room is probably the largest of the three, and inside we installed different workstations with seats like the computer desk, microscope examining table, Bunsen burner for experiments, and the last table is a workbench. So there's plenty of room for you to add in extra minifigures to sit students at the desks and recreate a classroom movie scene. Then above in the attic we stored more of Doctor Strange's supplies and weapons to keep them hidden or easy to get to if you're Spider-Man. So the inside is pretty cool, but we're not done just yet because we added the hinge parts to the science lab, so you can push it forward at the front to create an L-shaped entrance, which will nicely open up the back area, giving you more access inside to help when you play in the different rooms. And now, when you bring the villains and heroes in, you can play out an epic Infinity War battle around the school, blowing up windows and walls to trash the place, fighting in the hallway and defending Peter's friends from the bad guys. Then you can celebrate your victory with shawarma in the classroom. On a final note then, our Peter's High School alternative build was an epic challenge to take on, but we're so glad we decided to build it because our goal was to offer all of you Spider-Man Homecoming fans a sweet high school playset. So we definitely achieved this, and as you've just seen, it's turned out very well with an excellent large tower Gothic front that would be great for display, especially with the customizable fences and left side. We also enjoyed designing and kitting out the library, hallway, science lab and attic to build an inside area just as nice as the outside, but what we think most of you will like is the play features. And when you combine the exploding walls and windows, the trapdoor secret entrance, the web wire and the cool lift up locker, you can recreate an epic Infinity War battle with a homecoming vibe to it, which is awesome. And overall, we'd have to say this high school is just as good, if not better, than our Aunt May's home in its design, size and playset fun value. So if you're desperate to make this high school from your Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown just like we have, you should click the link in the description below or click this link now to our build tutorial video to get started. Hope you enjoyed a Brick Bros UK alternative build, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brick Bros UK.